Oh crap! Forgot to change all my info. That's one thing I don't like is that they don't have a lot of OBS integration. Not yet.
Okay.
Not a lot of people are creating things for specifically Kick.
Okay. I got an email that you went live, and also I didn't even realize that I have the apparently I have the app and notified me. This stream is marked as mature. You must be 18 years old to view this content. Cool. I didn't realize that the entire time, like any time that I had been streaming on Kick, I didn't realize that Restream had not integrated the chat yet.
Mm.
So I've just been ignoring my Kick
Ignoring the
chat.
entire chat. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize until I saw like something on Twitter. I was like, ah, shit. I didn't miss much, obviously, but didn't realize.
Stream info. There we go. All this. Jesus Christ. That's why Restream is so popular. It just makes this so much easier. Simplifies a lot of redundancy. No, what? Kick does have an issue with the button presses you have to do has to be very precise. It's so weird when you go to change things. You might very often you might end up clicking out of the box when
Oh,
that's not
really?
what you. Yeah. God damn it! It just happened again. All right. Finally. 10,000 years. Engineer.
Okie dokie.
Remember how to play?
I guess we'll see.
And for a minute, man. All right. This controller even feels foreign. Playing on PlayStation for some.
Last night, I haven't played on a computer 10, 11 years. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't even think I can ever go back to keep. I just don't feel like relearning all this shit. I really don't. Hands all being weird in place. Then you get that weird carpal tunnel going on from being arched over a keyboard the entire fucking day.
What's the music policy on Kick? Do you get to
It's the same as
if
everywhere
you're
else.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe the debate with the Kick or Twitch got so big that the Twitch CEO had to come out and start talking about it. More so people were asking him about it than he came out and started talking.
Really?
Yeah. Done an interview and I forgot what the name of the person was, but they asked him about, you know, some of the controversy. And pretty much, you know, said what he had to say, which is just like, yo, I am the CEO. You don't ask me about shit like this. Like, I got nothing to say about the competitor, bro.
Oh, good for him. That doesn't happen
Yeah.
fucking often enough.
Yeah, especially because it's not like they're even really truly a competitor. They're a competitor to Twitch, but not to Amazon. And Amazon doesn't really care about Twitch. So
That's pretty apparent.
if they did, they wouldn't sell the hosting services to Kick in the first place. You gonna supply if it wasn't for you, this supposed competitor wouldn't have a platform at all. If they really cared, why would they supply these services? I know money, but if your goal was to support your business to make sure it made the most money, you wouldn't be supplying whatever to any competitor at all. But Amazon doesn't work like that.
I don't think Amazon even knows how to run Twitch. Just
I mean, they just don't care about it at the end of the day. Just another division, another arm. They bought it and it does whatever it does, but you know, I don't know how much of Daddy's money they actually get to play with. Come on. Don't jump. Ouch.
ran out of recover ammo.
It's all to the good. Don't worry about it. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I feel so lost. Bone piles. Yeah. Yeah, give me all your bone.
Did I forget shinies?
Walked away
I feel
from
like
it.
there was.
Mm.
Yeah, I sure did. I didn't remember there was one in the grass.
Get your shine on. Get your shine on. Man, fuck these. This is a good warm up. Because Anjanath isn't this. He's not the hardest, but he's not super easy. He actually moves around and wants to destroy you. Half the issue with these lower star monsters is they seem more like they're, you know, acting in defense as opposed to chasing after you and actually trying to take you out. And the monsters late game are not defensive, they're aggressive. You're often trying to dodge their attacks. Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I said that's true. That's a good point.
Anytime I do a ride, I put my damn Twitch in it. Shameless plugs, y'all. Y'all gonna make me ride because there's so many people that play this game that either cannot monster ride or just don't like to. Totally fucked up.
I mean, I guess I'm not like I've gotten more comfortable, but I've managed to fuck it up a ton.
I definitely fuck one up.
Oh, nice! You just laid where my bomb was.
Did I blow off his tail? Oh, I did. This is gonna give him another dizzy too. This dude is in enrage mode forever, ain't he? Totally missed. Oh!
Oh no, shit!
You got any bugs to recover? Oh no, he got you, huh?
Get a top. Tails here. Well,
I took his tail fast, man. I didn't even recognize that it was gone. I was like, wait, this tail gone? If you want to take their tail when you're bow gunning, you need slicing ammo. I mean, technically, you're supposed to be able to do enough damage to it, then throw a kunai. So that's also a thing, but uh, that has never worked out for me. The music and sound effects in this.
I kind of get I I kind of lose interest with their constant voice lines.
Oh yeah, you can turn those down. Thank God. But music in Monster Hunter is like music. It is nothing to write home about. Barely part of the game. It's very unfortunate how much of an afterthought it is. Here it is.
Nice. I was trying to bring Pookie over.
Oh no, this guy's dead, man. Be lucky he stayed here for 11 minutes. Good thinking though. The easiest way to make them rideable if you're gonna run the gun, if you have access to it, would be exhaust them. Or cluster, anything that hits them hard or exhaust. Usually hard blows to the body exhaust creatures, so it makes them rideable.
See when I'm watching.
All right, next up when you're ready. So what made you go with the light bow gun?
Um, I like it in groups because I like I'm a support character usually, so it's a way to like provide healing, got some boost, um, and I'm not great with like up close like warrior type attacks, like um. So I just thought I usually choose a ranged. Um, so I thought I'd just try it out.
All right. I'll tell you this. While there are some small support options on weapons, you can achieve the same effect by using powders. So don't think you're relegated to any specific gun or guns at all. You can go bow if you want ranged, but everything in this game, you can use demon powder to give out um, attack up. You can do you know, you can do hard shell powder to do all this crap. So, and they have wide range, which gives you the ability where all your items apply across the field to all the players. So the gun's ability to shoot ammo types is probably the least effective form of support in the game. So if you're going to run for a support build, I would not count on the ammo types specifically, maybe to help with certain situations, but there are just so many better ways to play support in this game than using the ammo types.
Yeah, it's interesting like certain guns only use certain But that's not the case with the bows.
No, it's the case with the bows too.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. And the ones that have a lot of attack type coatings or attack type shellings usually don't have support, and those are usually the better guns.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. If you truly want to play support, the best way to do it would be powders, mushroom mancer, or hunting horn. But you know, we just discussed melee not really being your thing, so hunting horn may not be for you, but you can put on a litany of skills that will give you much more support than firing off those rounds and not limit you to certain types of guns.
いつでもお立ち寄りくださいね。お待ちしておりました。またお話聞かせてくださいね。よし、左よし。異常なしです。
I think light bowgun, it's either light bowgun or heavy bowgun. One of those two might be the best weapon in the game or something. Guns are really strong. So, the bow is doing all right, but the guns are really strong.
Start picking up ammo here.
What you checking out?
I'm just picking up some ammo.
Oh, okay. You got autocraft for ammo on?
No, because I just started using the bow gun, but I will turn it on. I just upgraded to this bow gun, so different ammo. Okay.
I still haven't capitulated and just went longsword, even though at this point longsword isn't number one anymore, so I could safely do it and still respect myself, but I just haven't. Gerardus. Man. Fucking hate this thing, dude. Actually, I might go gun lance on this thing.
What do we have to watch out for on this one?
No, not really. I'm pretty sure we fought plenty of, well, not plenty, but we fought some Gerada did this before, and it's nothing that, you know, you can't handle. It's gonna catch you off guard. There's a lot of swimming around. Holy crap! Who does that? Thank God I checked that. Who does that? I made a whole build, but put no decorations in the build.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't know where I would do that. I must have been tired. I don't know. Like, yo, I'll be back to it. Then Diablo dropped, and it, you know, fuck that. Actually, I think I dropped this kind of tough when I was playing Overwatch. I was doing them sort of in sync, but Overwatch grabbed me. I'd still be on Overwatch tough if they wouldn't have blizzarded it up.
That's a perfect term.
Yeah, man. Hey, Blizzard still makes good games. They just have terrible business practices. This is what it is. And Bobby Kotick is just the worst. He's so full of himself. Just listening to him talk is like, oh, it's not that there's anything wrong. It's people are just smearing my name and just want to take us down. And yeah, whatever, dude. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's too much smoke. Shut up, man. When will these people learn that just because you're rich and you're famous and you have the ear of maybe your industry, that the people outside don't smell your shit? Because we do. So just because the people in the gaming industry sit down and listen to you talk your bullshit does not mean that the rest of the world or the rest of us can actually believe that you're the god of game. And that's kind of the way he operates, man. The way he kind of talks and moves around is almost like he, you know what I'm saying? Like he's God's gift to gaming, and I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way every single time I see his face. Everything he says just seems so wrong. It's just so, there's no human interest in there. Just all money and business. And it's like, yo, you're a terrible. And I would excuse it if you were making great shit, but you're making bad shit by being a bad person. You just have no redeeming factors.
It's fucking like just like a nerd who has too much power.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't remember. I don't remember if he was at BlizzCon when I was at BlizzCon. I don't even know if he was.
You went to BlizzCon?
Yeah, back in the day.
Whoa! All right. Well, tell me about the experience.
It was great. It was oh, there's a rock lizard. Let me just kick this guy. Yeah, it was great. It was in California. First time I'd ever been there, so that was just like blew my mind, you know. Yeah, met up with a bunch of WoW friends that I had been friends with for years. So got to meet all of them.
Wait, was it WoW friends or a WoW mate?
I'm not sure what that means.
Because there are people who play most of the people that like are terminally online and play these MMOs hardcore, usually end up finding someone whom they would want to date in the game. It becomes their entire life. It's a parasocial thing, and I say this from experience from playing Final Fantasy XI and being thoroughly addicted to that game, which is why I will never, ever pretend like I don't have an addiction issue and go towards those games anymore. But I'm wondering, did you meet a partner out there, or was it just like, hey, we're a group, and then that's it? Like we're a link shell, or what are they called in clans and WoW, right?
Guilds.
Guild. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So was it guild mates, or was it I'm meeting someone I wanted to be with?
So I became friends with a group of people who they knew each other IRL. So they knew each other IRL, and then a few of us were kind of outsiders, just friends, just WoW friends, online friends. I mean, I definitely met someone to fuck there. That's for sure. Because you know I'm a WoW nerd. But didn't that wasn't someone in my friend group. That was someone outside of the friend group. But yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, we all like were crushing on each other hardcore.
Yeah, and that's I find one of the big dishonesties, or not dishonesties, but things that people don't understand about the people that play these games and are eternally online. These people fall in love with one another. They don't know each other at all, but will hardcore crush on each other, meet up at cons, do all this fucking. It's a really strange culture of like finding love, and that's what MMO addiction really comes down to. Is like you found some place where you feel like you really belong and you have some camaraderie, and that eventually leads to you finding someone you're really digging. And but the truth is you're alone. You go to bed at night alone. Y'all may meet up and fuck once or twice, maybe even if you're lucky enough to start a long distance relationship where y'all meet a little bit. If y'all don't close that gap of time, I don't think that it's ever real, and we've convinced ourselves that it's so real, but it's not. And it fucked me up for a long time getting out of MMO addiction and understanding that yes. And people don't, everybody I know that had MMO addiction, when they got done with the MMO, they went into giant depression. And that includes my ex-wife. My ex-wife, after we stopped playing Final Fantasy 11, she was depressed for 4 years. And it eventually, amongst a lot of other things, it was a giant factor in our divorce, was the fact that she went into depression after we decided it was no longer healthy for us to play this video game anymore. So MMO addiction is a big part of my life, and it has definitely played a larger role in my life than I usually even talk about. Like, you know, MMO addiction, is it a thing? Yeah, it's a thing. It practically ruined my marriage. It was completely unhealthy. Even the connections we made with people was unhealthy. The sex we had around the connections with those people was unhealthy. Everything about it was bad. And I'm sure, you know, obviously I'm not foolish enough to go, she's depressed because she can't play her game. But definitely when you're addicted to something and it goes away, it has a large effect on you. And at that time, while dealing with that, there was also a large depression period. And it just so happened it coincided with her stop playing this game that she was thoroughly addicted to. Just like the rest of us. My friend Alex included. I've talked to Alex. I've talked to you about Alex, but Alex included in a bunch of other folk. And I don't, you know, I don't say this to say anything other than, you know, I know your lineage, and I'm not sure how close these things, those time periods were in your life, your wild period and your resting period. But if there's any correlation, think real hard before you keep playing this game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely like the perfect formula for, you know, Destruction.
disenfranchised. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a perfect formula for the disenfranchised to feel like they have something, and then, you know, there's sort of a rug pull though, because people start growing up, or people stop playing the game, people start logging off, you know what I'm saying? And then you start losing people in your real life start going away, but that seems to matter less than when your friend doesn't log on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely it was you know, video games have always been an escape for me.
Yeah, I think it's an escape for everyone. Ultimately, people who play them religiously like a hobby, it's an escape for us all. So I can understand that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But I've always made really I mean, you're susceptible to the same type of people. Oh, I regret placing that down. I've made as many poor friend choices in games as I have in real life.
Right.
So I have trouble socially, so it's a way to connect with people, and that's
I see you eat it up. You're a digital social pariah. You
I
definitely-
don't act like that. You don't see me act like that IRL.
No,
like-
not at all. People freak you out, but
Yeah.
what you're streaming, you sit there and you talk to people for hours on end, and I'm like, it's not a real connection, but it's dangerously close to feeling like one. It's why it's where people go like, yo, why do people watch Amarith or all these other people instead of just watching porn? Because what they're there for isn't just the fact that you may get some nudity or some cleavage or whatever. It's parasocial. It makes them feel like that they're talking to someone that they can have a conversation with, and it's not just this titties on a screen, but they're yearning for connection, but it's not a real connection. You're still paying for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a weird thing. And I'm not saying that you won't ever be able to connect with someone in your audience, but that will be on an individual level if you decide to pluck them out. And until then, the connection you make with them and what they make to you is not, it's more of a fan and admirer than anything else. But yeah, I see you hold court, and you're very different socially digitally than you are socially in person. It's a different person.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I was surprised that you went to BlizzCon. It immediately made me think either you met someone whom you wanted to fuck, or there was a understanding of like there's going to be 10 of us. You know what I'm saying? Like a link shell thing. Because in real life, I don't see you being the person that travels to California. That's a long way from home, unless there's some type of very like this is a oh god, that got his ass trying to jump out that water. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. I assume that you had something set up there, because I can't see you being like, I want to go to BlizzCon and then just going there by yourself, knowing nobody and seeing who you meet.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I had I linked up with like I was on FetLife at the time, so I linked up with people there.
Yeah, you was doing the max. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a digital social butterfly, but you know,
nowadays we call them e-thoughts, but yeah, digital butterfly. Yeah.
I would prefer digital butterfly. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You traveling to California, hooking up with people from Fat Life. That's a hoe right there.
No, I didn't hook up with. Well, no, I didn't hook up with people from Fat Life.
Oh, you didn't?
I was from people from the WoW forums, actually.
Oh,
You
you
were-
were hooking up with Uber nerds. All right.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're all going. Like, you're cute, wanna fuck? So.
All right. All right. So how many takedowns? Was it multiple people, or you just found one guy for the weekend?
Just one guy for the weekend. A few others were interested. And then I ended up meeting my best friends like there. And we ended up, like having a longer term something or other situationship.
So wait, your best friend is somebody you used to date?
They're no longer my best friend, but I've talked to you about him before. I've talked to you about him before.
So that a WoW person too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
how many people in your life have you met from WoW? Like currently, how many people that are still currently in your life that are people you met playing WoW so many years ago?
I mean, there's a handful, but I would say 5 or so, but we don't talk on a regular basis. It's more like, I'll pop on their Instagram or something, say hi, but no long term. The one friend I had, we were friends for 12 years. And then that ended.
Was that 12-year friend more local than the rest of them?
No.
Oh,
Out
okay.
on the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
We made an effort to hang out every year.
Okay.
So.
Did it always work out? Did you guys at least see each other once a year?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I got more questions.
Yeah, there's just it's not uncomfortable with you, you know that. It's online. you streaming.
I am asking. I am asking, is there anybody in your life that knows this other party?
Currently?
Yeah, the person you don't talk to anymore. Is there anybody else that's in your life that knows who this person is?
Yeah, like my ex, they met. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like, obviously, yeah, but not your ex. But like, is this person part of a friend group? Like, you still kick it with these 4 other people, but I don't really kick it with this person, and they still kick it with him.
Oh, again, no. We say hi to each other, on Instagram now and then, but nobody I hang out with regularly.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure before I ask too many questions.
I don't know where that was. I don't know what you were like leading into there.
I just want to make sure that if someone's watching, that it won't create a wave or issue in your problem, issue in your life.
No.
Like one of your friends are watching because I tagged you in the stream, and then they see that we're talking about such and such, and then they go run back and tell Ronald.
Oh no, absolutely not. No,
Okay.
I've always been super open. It's my ex best friends who decided to fuck things up and lie to like his girlfriend and shit. So no, nothing happened. We were just friends.
Okay, so he was saying you guys were. I mean, did you guys ever truly date, or were you guys friends, like in title?
We never dated. We just would hook up. But we were just best friends, talked every day. It's someone who I considered my best friend.
Now, Did y'all hook up every time y'all saw each other?
With the exception of the last time I saw him, yeah. Last time I saw him was in 2020. It was just a few years ago. 2019, maybe.
Okay. When you were with partner, were they aware that you were hooking up with them?
When I was with my partner,
When you were with partner?
Yeah. Were they aware that I had previously hooked up with this person?
Not previously, but actively hooking up with this person. Like y'all,
No,
every time y'all met, y'all hooked up.
No, because we had, since I had dated my ex, they knew of each other. I was always open and honest about things. I was like, I have a crush on this dude hardcore. Like, like we're cuddle buddies. We cuddle, we mess around, kiss and hug. And my partner at the time was not comfortable with that. So when my best friend did come visit, things were just off limits. So, and I respected that.
Did your best friend respect that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did that immediately start the end of you guys' friendship?
Him lying to his girlfriend about our past is what ended the friendship. She knew. She knew.
How could she not know?
Yeah.
Do you think your best friend? Do you think your best friend, in hindsight, was he your friend? Like in earnest? And I'm not saying he's not. I'm asking, looking back in earnest at you guys hooking up, him lying about your status to his girlfriend. Do you think that he thought of you as a friend, or how do you think he thought of you?
Yeah, I definitely know that. I feel as though we were each other's best friends. Unfortunately, there was some stuff that had happened in his life, and she was there, on a day-to-day basis with him. She went through it with him. So, he chose her.
What is the criteria of a friend for you? Like, what makes somebody a friend? Because I hear you say he's my best friend, but with so much distance and you guys never really being physically that close to each other other than once a year, and that being a closed in environment fucking, how was he your friend? Just because, well, I don't want to minimize anything. I legitimately want to know, what is the criteria of what made him your friend? On top of that, your best friend. What made him your best friend?
For me personally, I was comfortable talking to him. I shared everything with him, good, bad, like we gave each other the hard truth. Not sugarcoating anything. We could laugh together, we could have fun together, we could be serious together. We went through some hard shit together.
You could exchange ideas and have a conversation, but you couldn't do nothing else together, right?
What do you mean?
Like anything physical. You could. So what you're telling me is he was your best friend because you felt very comfortable communicating with him, and you felt comfortable communicating with you, and you guys were honest with each other. and that level of communication was the basis of the fact that he was your best friend?
Yeah, I don't feel as though I need to see someone on a date, like a day-to-day basis. Communication, like getting to know someone, that's more important to me.
So you could be friends. You can have a best friend that you never see, and that be someone you would consider your best friend.
Not never see, but if the expectation was that, hey, every year we see each other, I'm good with that. I mean, I have a partner in Germany. The expectation is we are only going to see each other once a year because he only comes home once a year.
I didn't even know that
I
was still going
still,
on.
yeah.
I thought that ended,
I
so that's news to me. All right, go ahead.
no. We don't talk very much, but I would still consider him a partner. I don't know where things. I'll be honest. I don't know where things lie now. I'm going through a lot of shit. But
So are you telling me that I cannot talk to you for 6 months, not see you, not come through, and you be like, that's still my partner?
I mean, that's not the expectation. But
But I'm
if
asking
that,
because that grace is being given to this person
yeah,
in Germany.
absolutely.
So I would be given that same grace.
Yeah, but I'm not as invested. Um, so that also comes with it. That level of the depth isn't there. So there's limits to it. Like, sure, it may be a partner, but is that my boyfriend? No.
I will say this for me. You're not even my friend unless we go through something. Like, cause I do things for my friends I wouldn't do for other people. So if the only time that, like we hang and we meet, even if we fucking real talk, and this may sound cold hearted or callous, but unless like we go through something together, I don't know if we're friends. I would like to think that
Really?
we're friends. Yes. And my best friend would never be someone that I see seldomly. I can't, because my best friend is like, that's like, for me, even though best friend stuff is people look at it in a childish way of like, that's my friend, that's my best friend. But like, your best friend for me is somebody who has proven themselves to really be in your corner, and they're very much they're called your best friend, but they're more like family, man. Whether y'all fucking or not, like, you'll ride or die or kill for this person, like just like your partner. And that can never be, for me, someone who has never proven if they actually are like loyal to me. And when I hear your story of like, oh, my best friend betrayed me at the first chance that motherfucker got, I go, yo, in my head, for me, and this is no judgment on you and how you make your connections, that is for you. And I'm also not on a moral grandstanding high horse. I come from trauma, and I come from the project. So I'm leery of things. I'm very skeptical.
Sure.
But for me,
Yeah, we have different.
yeah, we have different growing up stuff. For me, when I hear you say that's my best friend and we've been best friends for 10 years, but the motherfucker ain't never been through nothing with you. Like, he's talked to you through stuff. But he's never been with you through anything. Just like you've never been through him. And then the moment he goes through something with somebody, you're irrelevant. And that's fucked up, because that's not how you would treat him. But it's the truth of the human condition, is that most people proximity is everything, man. And it sounds great when like this person is like, yo, we talk a lot and we do this and we do that. But as far as like a criteria of like best friend, I could never put somebody that has never proven loyalty to me in a position to do harm to me, because that's what a best friend would be for me. It's someone who would be so close to me that they could do harm to me. They know my business, they know my finances, they know where my kids is at, they know they could really fuck me up. That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? And if that person is not proven that they're not toxic in any way towards me, or in most ways that I can see, then I would never put that person in a position to be called my best friend, because my best friend is one step away from my partner, which is one step away from marriage. And those things are in succession for me, but it takes you got to prove to me that you're partner worthy. You have to prove to me that you should be in a position of like trustworthiness. I cannot hand that shit around. And was this girl his first girlfriend while you guys were messing around?
First girlfriend and first sexual relationship.
Yeah, so come on. The first chance he got, he just left. Because he was saying, oh, and I believe you firmly were like, yo, that's my best friend. And he's like, yeah, I'm your best friend. To him, that's not what it was. And you would never do your best friend, a real best friend, someone you truly cared about, the way he did you. Ultimately, he lied because he was too afraid to lose something he just got that he felt like he could not get from you. And if y'all was solid, he would felt like he already had what he was getting from her, companionship from you. And his need to lie to keep her would not have been as strong. But men are like that. He's not the only man. Men are like that. They lie very often to keep partners that they have no business keeping. For all intents and purposes, he lied to that girl, and she should see that and be out of that relationship. Or at least there should be some acknowledgement that he lied to that girl. You know, you screaming, oh, you gonna ride him?
Oh, I mean, I can.
All right, nice. I was sharpening. But at the end of the day, he was too afraid, to be honest, because he wanted to keep this thing that he had, and it was more important to him. This new fresh thing was more important to him than however many years that you guys put into this relationship. And new pussy definitely, new everything has an appeal. We know that's why Overwatch 2 exists, just because the tag of new has an appeal. We know that. But at the end of the day, if you was a stand-up guy, if you was a real, not even a stand-up guy, if you was just a decent person, you would have learned by now that real bonds need nourishment, and if you are a derelict to them, they go away. And he just didn't care. He was, oh yeah. And think about that the type of man that has only had one sexual relationship in 12 years, I'm telling you, just so many red flags right there of just like, yo, this person deals with me and deals with me only. We're best friends, but I'm their only sexual partner for 12 years. Like, none of that sounds right. Y'all just friends, but you're his only sexual partner for 12 years, and y'all only see each other once a year. Does that sound like a healthy person, like a healthy male to you?
No, probably not. It was, you know, it just, it's, but I'll never not consider him my best friend just because he didn't, you know, I've only had two best friends in my life, and he's just one of them, regardless of how things ended up, and, you know, Um, it's just, it's so hard. It's hard for me because I really have trouble with friends. So maybe it's a little like cushioning the blow. But I'm sure in reality, our friendship was long over prior to that.
I'm not saying that guy isn't your best friend. Your relationship with him is not your relationship. His relationship to you was just not your relationship to him, is all I'm saying. I believe that you cared about that person.
Absolutely. I would agree with that.
I also believe that this person wasn't your best friend. You were absolutely in love with this person. You were absolutely in love with this person. I think what you had for this person wasn't even a best friend thing. I think it was more than that. I think it was a lot more than that, if we're being honest. Because
that could be true.
Even your actions don't denote that this is a best friend. Your actions denote something completely different. Even the way you're hesitant and you're cagey around talking about them, like it still hurts and it's still, you know what I'm saying? Like you were in love with this person for a very long time, and you kind of still are.
I definitely, absolutely. I loved him. So
why did y'all do the best friend thing instead of actually dating? Because you loved him, and I'm sure you did a lot for him. Why did you want to move forward with the relationship?
Yeah.
And did you tell him such?
Yeah.
So you call him your best friend because you really wanted him to be your boyfriend.
Yeah, and best friend was an alternative to, not lose someone. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die.
All right, well. I mean, it all makes a lot more sense now. Every time we stream Monster Hunter, I learn something brand new about you. I promise you. Every single time we play Monster Hunter, we start talking about your past because it's kind of brain dead monotonous. So my brain goes different places, and I don't really get a chance to talk to you like this because in person, you're not the same. So when I catch you online in this arena, in this environment, I can talk to you in a way that's different because, I don't know. Maybe the
really
distance, yes, and I'm not saying this as a negative thing, but I am saying you get a lot more uncomfortable in person with conversations than you do digitally. Digitally, we can talk about hard stuff, and I can hear the tentativeness in your voice. I can hear your tone changing. But you don't shut down like you do in person. In person, you shut down.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what it is? It's the social cues. I don't know. You can't see my face right now. You can only hear me. I don't always know how to respond in person. I can't, whereas like here, like we playing, we talking, we're getting into the hard stuff, like and my attention is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to think about what my face is doing or what my body language is doing. Those type of social things are really difficult. You know what? It's no pressure. I don't have to worry about how to respond with my body. It's just my mind is just having a conversation right now, and that is easier for me. And that's probably, you know, a flaw of mine.
I mean, you're
For
an
sure.
introvert. It's how you guys are built. Half the issue with parasocial stuff is, well, not parasocial stuff. Half the issue with social stuff, not knowing how to actually read people.
Yeah,
And
and
also-
you're so much better at that. You can see my face, and you can cut through me. You know, like I don't know how you do it. I'll never understand it. But you know, I don't have that superpower.
It also helps that most introverted people have very little control over their emotional space. When I say that, I mean like when it comes down to bodily reactions, they have no control. Faces, jumping, fright. Like introverts have a thing where they cannot truly hide their reactions from things. I've never met like a stoic introvert. It's like you take them around and you can see it. If you're looking to read somebody, they'll give you all the signs. And you can see the people who are introverted in public just walking around because their body language is just so much different.
Yeah, I'll fucking twitch out everywhere. You can see me from a mile away in the casino.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
I'm learning some new things. So do you still talk to this guy? I don't know if obviously
Absolutely
the
not.
relationship is. Oh, absolutely not. Okay.
Absolutely not. No.
Damn. So pretty, you know, I mean, oh man, I'm not gonna say it, but I've summed it up in my head, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, it's
And
you know,
that's and that's
not how I would have wanted it, but it is
and that's
what
and
it
that's
is.
one. You did something you should never have done. But
Oh damn.
yeah, you should never do the thing where, well, this person won't be in my life the way I want them to,
Oh,
but I
yes,
should keep them
absolutely.
in the way that I, you know, just keeping them in anyway. Like that's no, what? No. But you know, you did it. You know, it's too late to say no, so we're not gonna beat you down. But a lot of men make that mistake. That's a very common young man mistake. And then you hear them say shit like, you put me in the friend zone. It's like, no, this person very much told you that they're not interested in the dating that you want, and because they fucked you and went out with you every once in a while, you were still thinking that relationship was a thing. And one way or another, those young men always find out that this young woman is moving on with someone else, and no amount of you pretending to be their best friend will ever make them be your girlfriend. That happened to every young man on the planet, and hell, that includes me.
I just heard you call me a guy. I just had a
That includes
guy
me.
situation.
Hey, that is a very common. Very often, women don't find them. I think women find themselves in that position every once in a while. It's not unheard of. We've all seen the girl that likes a guy that don't give a fuck about her, and she does the max for him. But it's.
Oh, you see that perfect tail placement?
No, I did not. What happened?
Oh, I put a slicing on that tail.
Your tail sliced?
No, I just hit him. That's all.
Oh.
It was just on the tippy tip. I was just basking, you know.
Hit the tipper?
Yeah. Ah!
See if I can exhaust. Oh my god, way wrong way with the bullet barrage. Cool. Oh damn. So when I look at your lineage in the past like 2 years, you've ended a lot of things. Because the Germany thing
Absolutely.
is still, I mean, you know, it's news to me that it's still a thing at all. So, but that's still up in the air. But that's looking like another sketchy sitch, and that's unfortunate because that was another long-term person, right? He was in your life for quite some time.
No, absolutely not. We went on a few dates, but nothing beyond kissing. We just both said that we had an interest in like getting to know one another, and then next time he was up, we had an interest in seeing each other.
Okay.
So I say the title partner very loosely. I don't really know what to call him to express what that is. But you know.
So I'm sensing
It's
a
kind
pattern.
of it's kind of on it's on me that it's more or less dissolved.
All right. I sense a pattern of situationship, like relationships without clear defined borders, barriers, or
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
what we would call traditional understanding.
Oh, for sure. I fucking have daddy issues. I mean, I've always been eager to be in a relationship. And I chase after you know, guys who are unattainable. You know, I chase after. I did. You know, I chased after guys who were my dad. You know, otherwise preoccupied. Not really interested in a relationship with me, or I just wasn't hearing what was being said.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard what was being said, but I'm looking at
there's just like a desire to.
The three that I know of, none of them truly really wanted to. And that's, I'm not saying that as a knock on you. I'm saying that's a choice that they made, and you seemingly stuck through that choice, which is not a knock on you. That's a choice.
No, I'm loyal when I do not. I should just walk away for sure. For sure. I want to believe the best of people, and I want to like. You know, I've never really set boundaries for myself. I'm just learning to do that now. And so that's difficult. That's like, I'm still learning. This is the first time in my life where I've had people who I'm like dating where I feel secure because there's established
Mutual
you know,
interest?
I forget. Yeah, mutual interest. But you know how you kind of said, you mentioned something about, like an implied. This is the first time in my life where I've said, "Listen, I need you to say what it is you want. I'm gonna say what I want, and we're gonna have some we're gonna know the expectations. I'm not gonna have to guess." So it's created a security that I've never known before. And I just didn't realize that that's how I operated.
Yeah, all of these relationships seem very fly by the seat of your pants. Um, it's not something that would have made me happy, but you know, hey, we all do our thing how we do it. Um, yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy with that California dude. That's crazy because you put yourself in the friend zone for 12 years and chase after this dude for 12 years. He did what everybody does with that type of power. He abuses it. No, not knocking my guy, but rough, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm a very uh I'm a very sensitive person, so um it's definitely more hurtful to me at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. You're not doing yourself any favors because the people that you put in your corner are people who have no interest in being in your corner. I mean, it's cool for a moment, but ultimately their interests and their goals lie elsewhere. And those people you can have in your life, but you put them in front of you. You don't put them in your corner. Keep your eye on them. Keep your guards up, and hard to defend yourself when you got people when people got your back. But it's a learning experience, and learning to make meaningful connections and relationships isn't something that's intuitive for most people. It's something you have to work at, build, and learn. And
Yeah, and I've been sheltered a lot of my life, so um I I had to fuck up a lot and learn those things. Um and I had the opportunity to hide away. Um you know, I didn't really have to uh I wasn't approached I wasn't like came upon a situation where I had to like make a hard choice. It was just kind of like, oh, like just gonna hide out here. Going through a cutscene, I didn't even realize it. Oh, wait. I... No, okay. I didn't realize I had a follower here.
where they introduced the follower system. So even if you decided you was gonna jump on and play by yourself, you can still bring up to 2 followers with you.
Oh, two, really?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I don't use it, but that's more because I'm here for more of a challenge. But I think that they're very dope. Even if you can grab the 2 that do hunting horn, and they'll just be buffing you the entire fight. It's pretty good, and they're
So
not
if I was
bad.
so if I was solo, could I still have both of my pets?
Yeah, you still have both of your pets and 2 followers.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so give you an opportunity if you wanted to do some solo hunting, just to get your skill back up or start getting some crap. So it's a really cool system, and I haven't done any of the followers quests. So if you ever wanted to, we could do those together. There's X amount of things in this game that I have not done because they're remedial, and I assume that at some point we would do them together.
That was quick. He left. I feel I feel like I exhausted your patience with my my limited views or my limited experience in the world. Does that accurate or no? Oh, okay.
No. I don't want to keep, harping on you and beating on your past. Because ultimately, also what I'm finding out at the end of the day is ain't none of it good. It's a lot of roughness. The stuff that we talk about anyway, it's a lot of like, I don't know, man. Holy shit.
No, it's you've had your shit too.
For sure. But you don't want to keep digging into people's scars.
Yeah.
I totally change this. Why every time I change these skills, I don't keep them the right way?
You think it's just with Sunbreak?
No. I just change them and then I never redo my my build.
Oh. Never fought this guy before.
Yeah, he's new to Sunbreak. Well, he's new to this game on Sunbreak. Not new to the city. Oh shit. His fists are his weak point, and he does a lot of slammy attacks and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's a big old target with some big old weak points. All them slam attacks look alright, I guess. They don't really do shit.
Does he always when he does like a claw, like he grabs some rocks, is it always sideways?
Grabbing rocks sideways? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. He seems to like grab some right here. It's side, like he throws them sideways.
Oh, I didn't even know he threw them. I think they're maybe they shoot off his arm, because he's not grabbing anything, but maybe he's blasting those off his arm. Completely messed that up. I need to get Falling Shadow. Got it. Well, stunned.
Got a ride already.
He's about to pull him up and growl. Yeah.
This just happened, so I didn't tell you about this yet. My family, they lost. They couldn't find my uncle.
He just went missing?
Sometimes he just like takes off.
Drugs or drinking?
Drinking. He's
okay. But people don't just take off. No. But sometimes he goes on benders.
Right, but you kind of know the story a little bit, so yeah, the drink is the drinking.
Okay.
But
Oh, I
they
see
finally.
the rock throwing. I see what he does. He grabs and then he scrapes across. So yeah, it's cross body.
Okay.
But no, he can throw them straight forward, and he throws them in threes. He just throws them at you. Okay, I got it. But okay, so he went missing, huh?
Yeah, he just kind of like took off, which is not unusual, but he had a somebody was able to track his phone, and he like removed it. So I got a few phone calls that were like, we don't know where he's at, and I'm just like, what the
Why
fuck
are they
is
looking for
happening?
him? If he wants to go do how old is your uncle?
60 something probably.
Oh my god! And
60,
people
70?
are still enabling his drinking.
Yeah, I was like, look, you cannot control what he's gonna do. He's an adult.
Right. It's
So
like they're gonna drive themselves crazy doing that.
yeah,
This guy
yeah,
just
and
goes off the reservation.
that's what was happening. And I'm just like, look, you minimize the risk. You do what you can to keep yourself safe from the situation. But you can't. Why? Like, there's no amount of you worrying is gonna stop what's gonna happen.
I agree. And I understand that you can't help worrying sometimes, but also there is a certain amount that you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be reasonable to yourself. Oh, he got you.
Yep, sure did. But anyways, they were he made some credit card purchases, and so someone was able to like at least know that he was, alive.
Or what was it? A bunch of booze?
I don't know. I did not inquire. I try to keep,
Try to stay out of that. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Go back by the main entrance here. I'm gonna bring him to you and slam his head up against the wall.
Okay.
I actually like this map a whole lot. Citadel. You're gonna see it a lot.
It's really
so
cool.
Get ready for it, but it's got a lot of old school Monster Hunter things where you can like use the environment to actually like do shit to the creature. They had a little bit of that in the maps here, like in base game, but nowhere near as much as you would normally have in a Monster Hunter. Like the map you're on, it's supposed to present opportunities for you as a hunter, and they just kind of did away with that. It said, here's Rampage instead. God damn, these rocks are annoying.
Yeah, and I don't think I really, in the beginning you just kind of like chase and shoot, but definitely the more that I played with you, you kind of, you learn to ride and you learn how to use your environment to.
Yup.
So.
You start learning, like, first you learn the weapon, like, then you learn how to play Monster Hunter, and then at that point you start learning how to take advantage of the maps and stuff. But you got to figure out like the damage numbers and the skills and the actual game of Monster Hunter, and then you can do that third thing, which is like, all right, how do I use the poison toads effectively? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's when it
tertiary.
became like super fun. Right. Like almost like I don't know, would you say tactical? I don't know what the right word is. Like,
yeah, it's, believe it or not, this game can be, as crazy as it is, it can be very tactical, because everything on the monster's body has a different hit zone value for every weapon and element in a game. And people don't, if you don't understand that, like, first you just got to figure out how to stay alive, use your weapon proficiently. And the next level is understanding, like, yo, so I get this is how I use my weapon. What should I be hitting on the monster And why are there like 50 different types of the same like weapon? Is there a point to making these different elements or weapon damage types or whatever? And then you start figuring that shit out. And that's when you start realizing how tactical this game is, of like, yo, if I'm running this, I should be shooting this guy in the back with this dragon bow because this does whatever. And you know, like, the game Monster Hunter eventually does not let you get away from that. There's, if you played World, eventually there's a creature in the game that can only be affected by its weak element, and its weak element changed mid-fight. So you had to know what element it was weak to, what part of the body you should be hitting at what point, because not only was it like you're do reduced damage, no, you heal the fucking thing if you don't know what you're doing. So you had to know how to play Monster Hunter, not just know how to swing a sword. This game does not make you get to that point, but all the same mechanics and systems to take advantage of shit like knowledge is still there. It's still in the game. It just doesn't force you into it. But the people that lean into it, like me, you start seeing like heavy results.
Yeah, but they don't really make games like that anymore, huh?
No. Accessibility is the name of the game now. And even this Monster Hunter is the most accessible Monster Hunter that has ever existed. And it still is like, this is the level of compromise you're getting from Monster Hunter, and it's not a lot. But still saying though, this is the most accessible Monster Hunter that has ever been out from the franchise. And every game is like that now, very accessible. They just want more people playing their games for longer, because developing games has gotten so much more expensive that keeping them alive and making money off of them consistently is the only way for these companies to make that giant profit that they want to make. Not the only way to stay alive, but the only way to make that giant profit margin they all want to make. All right, I guess that'd be it for me. We got an hour 30 in. It's already 11. Definitely need to get on some more of this. We get you up out the ranks. Meeting up every Monday and giving me a reason to strap this sword on will give me more pleasure than you will know. Playing Monster Hunter is fantastic. Playing Monster Hunter with randos is fun. Playing Monster Hunters with friends is the best. So it's the same way that I'm making it. Say that one more time.
We always have a good time.
Yeah. And it's the same way I'm making it through Diablo, same way that I play Overwatch. It's the same way that I'm going to be approaching Monster Hunter, because I've done a lot of the things that I've wanted to do. I'm not at the top, but I don't want to get to the top by myself. I would rather pull you up and get you geared up and let you enjoy and figure out the game, because there was a point of like, let's just get you here, and now you haven't even played the game long enough to truly grasp it yet. Because it's a lot, and the only way to really like learn about it outside of bumping your head, it's consuming the media around the game, and you don't really consume media around your games. I've noted that. You'll play Overwatch.
No, I
but
don't.
Like,
I don't.
Yeah. So in Monster Hunter is very much a either bump your head or consume the media, because there's no other way around it. You can't even rely on like tutelage in game to teach you. No, you just have to get out there, not do damage, keep getting killed, and then figure out why that's happening to you. Unless you consume the media, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a bump my head guy. Go ahead.
I would say I'm definitely a casual gamer. Like I get invested, but prior to like getting to know you, I never watched people stream video games.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, look, casual gaming is very much in vogue now. I'm a hardcore gamer, but I can hardcore game casually, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I can play a bunch of games casually, all day. So that's pretty hardcore, but I'm still not investing too much of my brain cells into it because I'm multitasking. Like, this is very much a turn off your brain game for me, which is why we can have our little interviews and our little chats and stuff. All right. Hey, yo, thank you for Monster Hunter Monday. Thank you folks for checking us out. Hopefully you guys check us out at a later time. If you have not saw us live, for you Violet Monsoon folks, look, man, I see that channel blowing up over there. I'm gonna be in that chat, man. Y'all better give me some respect, or I'm gonna start chopping some heads off. But no, I never had no problem with people in it. All of them seem to be the general standard archetype of male that's in a female's Twitch chat. I'll say that. None of them have impressed me as far as like, I go in there and you're playing Overwatch and they're like, yo, watch out for Junker Queen. She on the left. She actually doing this and that. Ain't nobody doing none of that. They're just like, oh, you're so pretty at the game. Like, all right, cool. Cool.
I don't even stream gameplay anymore.
I know. You just sit around talking. I've seen.
Yeah.
You really do. You're like a social pariah online. You just sit around and have these like parasocial relationships with these people and they love it. And hey, look, if it results in buckos for you, then I'm all for it. But you know, gotta get some buckos over here for me, you sons of bitches. Damn, man, maybe I should just get some tit implants, because I can talk all day, but I don't think people are gonna come just watch me run my mouth. I don't think it's gonna be
Here's what we need to do. I will be the visual. I'll bring the tits, and you just do the voiceover.
But that it already doesn't work, because the moment that they hear a male voice, they leave.
We'll do a voice changer. We're just gonna have to.
And that's so bad that like they'll come into your chat, but if you're doing a duo with a guy, they leave, because the truth of it is that they're not there to do anything other than try to fuck you. And the other dudes in the chat are fair competition, but a guy who's like talking to you, he's got a leg up on them. They don't think they can compete. They're out of here.
You're schooling me. You're schooling me on that shit, because I'm just kind of like, hi, how's everybody doing? And you're like, they wanna fuck, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah, for sure, all of them. Yeah, all of them. That's what it's all about. None of them really want to be your friend. They're gonna first hit you up in there, then they're gonna try to hit you up off the socials, and then they're gonna try to. It's such a crawl, and all of them are just after one thing and one thing only, which is, hey, yo, big dog. There have been guys who have got their dream girl off of a chat. I'm sure it's happened, right? So shoot your shot. But also just know for you that these parasocial relationships are exactly that, and almost all your male audience, which predominantly that's what your audience is going to be, is male, which mostly all your male audience, their goal is to try to get some type of intimate relationship from it. Whether it's pretending to be best friends and hooking up once a year, or them moving to your town and trying to move in with you. They're trying to get any type of intimate relationship that they can from you, because they're thirsty for it. And it's a weird conquest thing. It's a weird conquest thing. And the moment that they feel like that they can't fuck you, whether for whatever reason, even if it's like they can't fuck you in the moment, they just leave. They leave. So if me and you were to do some Twitch guest starring, your usuals, your regulars, if me and you were sitting around and talking, they would come in, and then after a little bit they would go, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the dusty trail, because they see my black ass ain't going nowhere. It changes it changes the dynamic. It changes the dynamic. They're used to you giving them attention, which is what they're there for. And when you have a man that's not an internet person, that's like you, this is someone you know in real life, it will intimidate them. And I'm not saying it even should. I would hope not. I hope your audience sticks around, and I hope they come to like me as a part of your channel, and by extension get me some followers, because yo, I'm down for that. But I am saying I know these guys, the type of guys that they are, I should say, because I don't know them, but I know these type of people, and I know these type of guys, and any type of actual male competition intimidates them, and they leave. Even if the male isn't truly in competition with them, they can't help themselves but to look at that person as such, because it's an insecurity thing. The same reason why they're trying to create an intimate relationship with an online persona in the first place, is they don't have the confidence or the skills to do so in actuality. And so it's a weird thing. But I'm hoping, man, you get some decent people that actually aren't just, oh, I want to fuck, and you get a core audience that can translate to the rest of the Midwest crew, because we do dope shit, and you're a part of that dope shit. And you're more than just a set of tits. You're a whole ass person, and we just need more people to view our streams and your streams that understand that. But in the meanwhile, y'all people over there, do y'all shits, shoot y'all shots, give all the follows and likes, just spread some of the shit my way, chief. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm already fucking, all right? And y'all ain't gonna change that. So whether y'all end up fucking or not, that's something different. But you feel me? Yeah. Y'all gotta get over that.
That's the first thing they come in, they say, you single? And I'm like, I'm never single. Like, what are you talking about?
And then go, you single, and then you can say no, they still stay. Because unless that person's right there, they still feel like they can steal you from them digitally. And what they do is, I'm gonna shoot you $5 for lunch, girl. That's like, thanks. And they think that, yeah, I'm gonna steal her from her dude. He didn't even give her $5. It's like, all right, man. It's so ridiculous. These things, man. Any man where a woman treats them nice, for some reason, feels like that they can fuck that woman. She's nice to me, I can have sex with her. And it's like, yo, that's crazy. But that is exactly how man brain works. It's very tiny, it's very straightforward, very direct, and almost always wrong. If a woman is nice to you, that does not mean she has any interest in you at all. She could just be doing some customer service shit. And if you don't understand the difference between customer service nice, friend nice, and wife nice, then that means you ain't really never got all three.
People don't understand. I'm a horny girl, so I'm benefiting.
Yeah, but what when you say you're a horny girl, what are they? How are you benefiting from you being horny? How are they benefiting from you being horny? Are you sexting these guys outside of the chats?
I mean, we chat in Discord, and I do DM on Discord. But
okay, all right.
Nothing.
So never mind. I said all this shit. None of that means nothing because you're feeding into it. So never mind. Never mind. If you're sexting with your Twitch chat friends that have moved over to Discord, then everything I said is mute, because you're actually, it's not an unrequited thing. You're actually doing this. How many, hold on. Let me